You know the orange hair, you know the Moolti-pass, you know Leeloo Dallas and her divine language. But did you know that The Fifth Element, one of the wildest sci-fi cult classics of the 90s, was born from a teenager's notebook and almost killed its lead actor? Behind the neon visuals and space opera chaos lies a production that was as bizarre, risky, and brilliant as the movie itself. So buckle up, put on your Gautier body armor, and prepare for hyperdrive. Here are 10 weird facts you didn't know about The Fifth Element. Director Luc Besson first started dreaming up The Fifth Element when he was just 16 years old. He wrote hundreds of pages of world-building, characters, and alien lore, basically building his own sci-fi universe from scratch. The movie you saw in theaters? That was the grown-up version of his teenage fantasy journal. He once said he wrote it because the sci-fi movies he saw back then were, quote, too cold. So he made one with color, humor, and very French weirdness. In other words, The Fifth Element is a teenager's doodle made with a blockbuster budget. Corbin Dallas could have been played by Mel Gibson or Jean Reno, or even Kevin Costner. Luc Besson offered the role to Gibson first, but he turned it down twice. Bruce Willis only signed on after reading the script out loud with Besson at a casual lunch. The studio was hesitant. They thought Willis was too expensive and maybe a little over it. But he loved the character, and the film got its reluctant action hero. And fun fact, Willis didn't just act. He also helped lock in the US distribution deal by attaching his name to the project. Milla Jovovich didn't just fake Leeloo's divine language, she actually learned it. Luc Besson invented a 400-word alien language called the divine language, then taught it to Jovovich over months. By the time filming started, the two were having full conversations in it. They even wrote letters to each other using the language. And yes, they started dating not long after. So next time you hear Leeloo shout, "Apipulai," just know it might mean "I love you" or "pass the salt." Those wild space bikinis, the weird priest robes, the opera diva's blue body armor? Yeah, Jean-Paul Gaultier made them all. And not just a few, over 900 costumes. He personally reviewed extras on set every day to make sure their outfits matched the film's aesthetic. He even designed the McDonald's uniforms in the futuristic fast food scene. The fashion was so over the top, it blurred the line between costume design and haute couture. It's probably the only sci-fi film where runway fashion and space warfare collide. Remember the alien opera singer Diva Plavalaguna and her mind-bending vocal solo? That's not CGI. The voice is real. Mostly. Composer Eric Serra wrote the piece with note jumps that no human singer was supposed to be able to perform live. Opera singer Inva Mula recorded it in pieces, note by note, and the fragments were later stitched together digitally. But here's the kicker. In 2010, a teenage contestant on a Chinese talent show sang it live. Every note. So it turns out impossible just means give it to a 15-year-old with superhuman lungs. Gary Oldman's villain, Zorg, is one of the weirdest space baddies ever. Southern accent, plastic headpiece, and a clear plastic half-helmet? Iconic. But Oldman later admitted he only took the part as a favor to Besson, who had helped finance a film for him. He didn't even like the script, and still he gave it 110% lunacy. And here's the weirdest part. He and Bruce Willis never share a scene, not one. Two leads, one movie, never on screen together. Sci-fi magic or scheduling chaos. In one scene, Corbin Dallas climbs out onto a narrow ledge high above the cityscape. No green screen, no wires. That's Bruce Willis himself, standing on a tiny balcony 22 stories up. The safety rig failed. He slipped. His stunt double had to physically pull him back from the edge just in time. According to crew members, they almost lost their star, because he refused to use a double for that shot. Now that's commitment. Or madness. Maybe both. The towering, golden-armored aliens known as the Mondoshawans looked majestic on screen, but filming them was a nightmare. Each suit weighed over 130 pounds. Actors inside had to be strapped upright between takes so they didn't collapse. Several crew members ended up with back injuries and overheating issues. In one case, an actor passed out mid-scene and had to be cut out of the suit with power tools. All for a few minutes of screen time and zero dialogue. You've heard of suffering for your art? This was interstellar suffering. Luc Besson didn't want to shoot in Los Angeles. Too many rules, too much interference. So he took the whole production to Pinewood Studios in England. Then the biggest studio space in Europe. It allowed him to build massive sets like the floating city of New York and the Floston Paradise cruise ship. But the studio's roof famously leaked, which nearly destroyed sets during rainstorms. So while the movie looks ultra-futuristic, it was filmed under plastic tarps. And a lot of stress. The Fifth Element cost over $90 million, a record-breaking budget for a European film at the time. It premiered at Cannes in 1997, and critics hated it. Some called it a mess, a fashion show in space, or a French Star Wars on acid. But guess what? Audiences loved it. It became a massive cult hit, especially on home video, and even influenced the design of future sci-fi worlds, from Mass Effect to Guardians of the Galaxy. Turns out, when it comes to space operas, weird wins. From teenage dreams to alien languages, near-death stunts to fashion-forward aliens, The Fifth Element is way more than just a cult classic. It's a cinematic fever dream held together by style, chaos, and a lot of duct tape. Which fact blew your mind? Drop it in the comments. And if you're obsessed with weird film truths, give us a like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell for more real truths, where movie magic meets real madness.